Imagine being a child star thrust into the spotlight before you can even tie your shoes. That was Marie Osmond's reality. Growing up as the only girl among 8 brothers, Marie learned early on that life in the entertainment industry was filled with pressure. Pressure to look a certain way, pressure to perform flawlessly. From grueling schedules to constant scrutiny, Marie battled eating disorders and body image struggles. Yet beneath the smiles and sequins, darker secrets lurked, experiences of physical abuse that would scar her for years. Then came the rumors, whispers about her personal life, her relationships, and her family. For years, the truth remained elusive, but now Marie Osmond's daughter is stepping forward. Could she hold the key to confirming the rumors that have swirled around her mother for so long? Watch until the end to discover the truth. Marie's childhood wasn't a picture-perfect snapshot from a storybook. It was a complex tapestry woven with threads of exhilarating success, the bittersweet sting of missed milestones, and a desperate yearning for acceptance. In 1959, Ogden, Utah, welcomed Marie Osmond into the world. Unlike most newborns, she wasn't greeted by a room full of pink ribbons. Instead, she joined a lively household buzzing with 8 older brothers: Verl, Tom, Alan, Wayne, Merrill, Jay, Donnie, and Jimmy Osmond. Their Mormon faith was a cornerstone of their lives, and music seemed to weave itself into the very fabric of their home. Even before Marie could walk, her brothers Alan, Wayne, Merrill, and Jay were already captivating audiences with their barbershop quartet harmonies. Their success on The Andy Williams Show in the 1960s would soon propel the entire Osmond family to Los Angeles. Marie's own brush with fame came at the tender age of 4. The bright lights and cameras of The Andy Williams Show weren't something she'd gradually grown accustomed to. They were a sudden, dazzling reality. That television appearance marked a turning point. While other children her age were busy with building block towers and finger-painting masterpieces, Marie's days were filled with rehearsals, recording sessions, and the constant pressure to deliver flawless performances. The carefree days of childhood seemed like a distant dream, replaced by the relentless pursuit of audience approval. This whirlwind existence forced her to mature at an alarming pace, stealing away precious years of youthful innocence. The price of fame extended far beyond missed playtime. Marie's early stardom fostered a deep-seated desire to please everyone. This constant need for external validation began to overshadow her own wants and desires. The line between performer and people-pleaser blurred, creating an imbalance that would cast a long shadow. Despite the demanding schedule and pressures of fame, Marie found solace in the company of her brothers. Donnie, her younger brother by a few years, became her partner in crime. Together, they brought a touch of mischievous joy into their otherwise regimented lives. As Marie herself recounted in her book, Behind the Smile, My Journey Out of Postpartum Depression. Back at home in Utah, away from the prying eyes of cameras, the Osmond household was a haven of normalcy. Their home echoed with music, a constant reminder of their shared passion and the unwavering bond that united them. The pressures of the entertainment industry significantly impacted Marie Osmond's childhood, but these were not her only struggles. In her 2001 memoir, Osmond disclosed that she was sexually abused as a child. She mentioned that the abuse involved multiple incidents and occurred in settings where she was believed to be safe, although she did not specify who the abusers were, noting only that they were not close to her personally or professionally. The impact of this abuse extended into her adulthood, affecting her mental health. Osmond shared on the show The Talk in 2019 that these traumatic experiences in her early years led her to question her sexuality, explaining that the abuse had caused her to feel a deep distrust and discomfort towards men. The spotlight may have been trained on Marie, but her star began to burn even brighter as the 1970s rolled in. Her brothers Alan, Wayne, Merrill, Jay, Donnie, and Jimmy soared to new heights of success as the pop sensation, the Osmonds. With their catchy melodies and undeniable charm, they captured the hearts of fans worldwide, leaving a trail of #1 hits and screaming crowds in their wake. It was amidst this whirlwind of fame that an intriguing possibility arose for Marie. Could she too carve out her own path as a solo artist? The music industry seemed convinced, Drawn to her powerful voice and undeniable stage presence, they saw a star waiting to shine. And so, Marie chose to embrace the world of country music. With its themes of family and strong women, she believed it offered a unique blend of artistry and the traditional values she held dear. Like a seasoned performer, though still a preteen, Marie stepped into a Nashville recording studio ready to make her mark. She had diligently prepared, memorizing 9 songs, among them the iconic Dolly Parton tune, Coat of Many Colors. This early recording session became a defining moment. Don Ovens, a seasoned executive at MGM Records, was immediately captivated by her talent, quickly signing her to a solo recording deal. Things moved quickly from there. Marie's father became a guiding force in her blossoming career, working alongside renowned country music producer Sonny James on her first set of recordings. In June 1973, Marie and her mother made the journey to Nashville, the heart of country music, where her powerful vocals brought those memorized songs to life. Among the tracks was Paper Roses, a song that would change everything. Released in August 1973, it skyrocketed to the top of the US and Canadian country charts. Even more remarkably, it soared to the 5th position on the US Hot 100 and made waves across the pond, reaching number 2 in the UK. Marie's debut album, released just a month later, solidified her success, reaching the coveted number 1 spot on the US Country Albums chart. Suddenly, at the tender age of 13, Marie Osmond became the youngest female country artist to conquer the music industry with a number 1 debut single. This wasn't just a musical triumph. It was a seismic shift that would shape both her life and her career for years to come. The success wasn't limited to just one hit single, though. Her follow-up singles, In My Little Corner of the World and Who's Sorry Now, released in 1974 and 1975 respectively, were warmly received, establishing her as a major player in the country music scene. But Marie's rise to fame wasn't the only story unfolding. Her brother Donnie had also embarked on a wildly successful solo career, capturing hearts as a teen pop idol. A seemingly innocuous recording session in 1974 changed things once again. Donnie struggled to hit a high note on the song I'm Leaving It All Up to You, and Marie was called in to save the day. The result was their first hit single as a duo, Donnie and Marie Osmond, which soared up the charts, reaching number 4 on the US Hot 100 and making them a force to be reckoned with. The spotlight on Marie intensified in 1976. Teaming up with her brother Donnie, the siblings launched their own network variety show, Donnie and Marie. With their wholesome image and infectious energy, they quickly became a beloved household staple. Behind the bright smiles and catchy tunes, however, a darker reality brewed. One day, Marie found herself pulled aside by studio executives and subjected to a brutal critique of her body. The message was harsh: lose 10 pounds or the show would be canceled. Accused of being an embarrassment to her family, a devastated Marie, already weighing just 103 pounds, found herself embarking on a dangerous path. Driven by fear and harsh criticism, she resorted to a desperate regimen of starvation. I would literally starve myself for 3 days before taping, she later revealed, a diet of lemon water, cayenne pepper, and maple syrup her only sustenance. Marie's weight plummeted to a dangerous 93 pounds, leaving her battling exhaustion even as she performed. The weight loss wasn't the only challenge Marie faced behind the scenes. In 1976, a new manager named Carl Engelman took over the helm of the Osmond children's careers, eventually focusing solely on Marie's. While their working relationship started amicably enough, things would take a dramatic turn in 2009 when Marie cut ties with Engelman, accusing him of repeated unprofessional conduct and breaches of trust. Despite these behind-the-scenes turmoils, Donnie and Marie soared in popularity. Each week, the siblings charmed their way into millions of homes with their infectious energy and musical performances. Their opening song, with its iconic line, "I'm a little bit country and I'm a little bit rock and roll," became a pop culture phenomenon that enshrined their squeaky clean image into the public's consciousness. Backstage, the hours were grueling, with Marie and Donnie often working 18-hour days filled with script preparation, costume changes, and demanding choreography. Yet, even amidst the exhausting schedule, Marie managed to squeeze in 3 hours of daily on-set tutoring, determined to keep her education a priority. In 1978, the siblings expanded their reach by starring in their first feature film, Goin' Coconuts. Sadly, the film would prove a commercial failure, but later that same year, Marie found success in the television movie The Gift of Love. It was a story of a young couple adapted from a classic O. Henry tale. Even with her budding acting career, Marie remained cautious about the roles she chose. She famously turned down the role of Sandy in Grease, finding the character too edgy for her image. Donnie and Marie eventually rebranded as the Osmond Family Hour before finally coming to an end in 1979. This marked the end of an era, but Marie, ever the star, would quickly find new projects and new challenges to face. In 1980, Marie bravely stepped out on her own with the debut of a solo variety show titled simply Marie. Sadly, the venture was short-lived, lasting only 7 episodes. This setback, however, didn't dampen her spirit. Undeterred, Marie set her sights on a new challenge, conquering the world of musical theater. In 1994, she landed her first major role, stepping into the iconic shoes of Maria von Trapp in a touring production of The Sound of Music. Filling the role made famous by the legendary Julie Andrews was no small feat, but critics took notice, praising her performance for adding a unique warmth and charm to the beloved character. Her theatrical success continued in 1997 when Marie made her Broadway debut in a revival of The King and I. Having won the hearts of audiences in The Sound of Music, a role many perceived as safe, this new challenge as the spirited and determined Anna Leonowens showcased Marie's range as an actress. Critics raved, and her success extended beyond Broadway with a subsequent national tour. Her belief in the enduring power of sibling bonds led to a reunion with Donnie in 1997 for a syndicated revival of Donnie and Marie. The show enjoyed a successful run, reminding audiences of their undeniable chemistry, but it ultimately came to a close in 2000. Ever eager to challenge herself, Marie decided to try an entirely new venture. In 2004, she launched a radio talk show, Marie and Friends, out of Salt Lake City, Utah. Wanting to stay close to her family, she saw radio as the perfect way to balance her career with the joys of motherhood. Marie brought her trademark warmth and humor to the airwaves, promising a wholesome listening experience without getting to the blue side. But despite its initial promise, the show was canceled after less than a year. Then, in 2007, an unexpected event thrust her into the spotlight for an entirely different reason. Joining the cast of Dancing with the Stars, Marie dazzled audiences with her ballroom moves. Yet, a few weeks into the season, disaster struck. During a live performance, Marie collapsed on stage, visibly winded and struggling to recover. "This happens sometimes when I get winded," she offered apologetically, her embarrassment evident. In that moment of vulnerability, a harsh reality hit home. Years of stress and the unrelenting pace of her life had taken their toll. She'd gained 40 pounds, leaving her battling not just for a high score, but for her health. But it was her eldest son's heartfelt plea. "Mom, it would really be nice if you were there for my kids." That ignited a fire within her. Determined to reclaim her well-being, Marie embarked on a new journey with weight loss company, Nutrisystem. Becoming their spokesperson, she embraced a healthier lifestyle, and as the weeks passed on, Dancing with the Stars, viewers witnessed a dramatic transformation. By the show's finale, she'd lost an impressive 27 pounds and continued her progress, shedding 13 more. The incident that once threatened to derail her success became the catalyst for a healthier, more vibrant Marie Osmond. Her transformation caught the eye of producers at CBS, and in 2019 she landed a coveted spot as a co-host on the popular daytime talk show, The Talk. It seemed she'd found a new platform to showcase her infectious energy. Yet her time on The Talk proved surprisingly short-lived. After just one season, Marie announced her departure in 2020, citing a desire to spend more time with her family. While network spokespeople praised her professionalism and contributions to the show, rumors swirled that her departure wasn't entirely voluntary. Reports surfaced claiming co-hosts Sharon Osbourne and Cheryl Underwood had given producers an ultimatum, demanding Marie's exit. CBS refuted the claims, leaving the truth behind Marie's departure somewhat shrouded in mystery. While her career soared, Marie's personal life was filled with its own whirlwind of emotions, romances, and heartbreaks. Before settling down, she found herself briefly engaged to Jeff Creighton, an acting student, in 1979. However, this whirlwind romance fizzled out, and the engagement was called off just a few months later. That same year brought a brief but passionate fling with the charismatic singer Andy Gibb. Even Dukes of Hazzard star John Schneider had a short stint in Marie's romantic life in 1981. But it was in 1982 that Marie's search for love seemed to end. She married Steve Craig, a basketball player for Brigham Young University, in a whirlwind romance. Their joy was multiplied when in 1983 their son, Stephen James Craig Jr., was born. Sadly, the pressures of fame and the demands of young parenthood proved too much for the couple, and the marriage ended in divorce in 1985. A year later, a more grounded and mature Marie found new love with record producer Brian Blosel. Drawn to his quiet sense of humor, the two married in a private family ceremony. Their love story was written in the joy of children. Together, they welcomed 2 biological children, Rachel and Matthew, and opened their hearts to 5 more, adopting Jessica, Michael, Brandon, Brianna, and Abigail. Life was full and seemed complete for a time. Yet in 2007, another chapter ended when Marie and Brian's marriage unraveled after 21 years. Despite the public scrutiny, both parties released a joint statement that neither one assigned fault for the divorce. In the aftermath, Marie declared that she never wanted to be married again. Fate, however, had other plans, and in a twist worthy of a Hollywood script, Marie reunited with her first husband, Steve Craig, after their son orchestrated a meeting. The sparks of a long-ago love were rekindled, and after 2 years of secret courtship, they revealed their rekindled romance to the world. In a fitting gesture, Marie remarried Steve in 2011, donning the same dress she wore in their original 1982 wedding. The thing about a second marriage, she mused, is that you realize things you thought were so important aren't. Marie's journey as a mother wasn't without its challenges. After the births of her first 6 children, she'd faced the baby blues, that common feeling of melancholy experienced by new mothers. Yet, after welcoming her son Matthew in 1999, Marie tumbled into a dark battle against postpartum depression. Feeling utterly overwhelmed and exhausted, she left her children and drove away, struggling with the impossible belief that her children would be better off without her. Returning home, she finally received the diagnosis and the help that she desperately needed. Through it all, one thing remained crystal clear. Marie's love for her children knew no bounds. She extended that unconditional love and support to her daughter upon learning that she identified as a lesbian. "I know how I love my children, and I know God loves all of His children," she affirmed. "I pray for everyone to use their lives to be happy and feel accomplished." Motherhood, with its joys, challenges, and unwavering love, had become central to Marie Osmond's life. Life seemed determined to test Marie's resilience time and again. In 2006, a health scare led to hospitalization and a vicious swirl of rumors. Tabloids jumped at the chance to sensationalize the incident, alleging it was a failed suicide attempt. Marie's representatives vehemently denied the claims, explaining she'd simply suffered an adverse reaction to medication. Yet years later, during a candid interview with Oprah Winfrey, Marie would reveal that while in the depths of postpartum depression, suicidal thoughts had crossed her mind. Thankfully, her strength and the knowledge that her family needed her helped push back against those dark impulses. The most devastating blow came in 2010 when Marie's son, Michael Blosel, took his own life. He was only 18. Michael had struggled with depression for some time, battling a deep sense of isolation and despair. His loss shattered Marie's world, leaving her grappling with a mother's worst nightmare. Tragedy struck again in 2014, this time taking the life of Marie's beloved 7-year-old grandniece, London Mortensen. In a freak accident, a moving trailer door fell on the child, ending her young life far too soon. The tragedy tore open old wounds for Marie, reminding her of the devastating loss of her son. The Osmond family seemed plagued by an endless stream of challenges. In 2019, Marie opened up about the numerous health scares her brothers had faced. Verl had endured a stroke, Tom needed a quadruple bypass, Jimmy had also suffered a stroke, and Donnie required surgery. Despite these constant battles, Marie's unwavering faith acted as a beacon of hope, helping both her and her family find strength during their darkest days. Yet, even amidst the turmoil, Marie found reasons to celebrate. In a poignant interview, she couldn't hold back tears as she spoke of the unwavering love her children showered upon her. Her youngest daughter, Abigail's simple but heartfelt expressions of affection filled her with a mother's pride. Having endured so much loss and heartache, Marie cherished these precious moments, recognizing that her 8 children were her greatest accomplishments. While balancing a demanding career, Marie has found joy in watching her children and grandchildren thrive. She worries about the impact of social media and hopes her family values real connections over virtual validation. Her children, a mix of both biological and adopted, have all grown into kind individuals who embody the best parts of their mother. Despite the hardships and the endless stream of embarrassing parental moments, Marie wouldn't trade her role as a mother for anything in the world. In her children, she has found strength, purpose, and an unbreakable bond that has sustained her through life's inevitable storms. This concludes our exploration of the extraordinary life of Marie Osmond. Her story is one filled with dazzling fame, heartbreaking loss, and unwavering resilience. If you enjoyed this deep dive, please like and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Never miss an update. Never miss an update.